Larry back with you again, and if you remember I think it was actually the last video, I was sawing that real crooked pine log, and in the process of sawing it, one of my back log stops was up a little bit higher than I thought it was, and even though I was looking at it, this blade, which was on the mill at the time, just barely did scrape the top of it, and the end result was those 2x4s that were very wavy. So what I'm going to be doing this morning is a couple of things. Basically is sharpening and milling, and the milling part is to gather up some of the pine 2x that I have scattered over that I've done in the past, and I'm going to mill those down to nominal 1 3/4 to 3 1/2 or 3 5/8. And so that's basically what we're going to be doing today, is sharpening and milling. So thank you for joining us on the channel today. I really do appreciate it. Be sure if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. So let's get started on sharpening and milling.
I'm starting the adjustment here to move the grinder down to start making contact with the mill blade, and I'll eventually get it down to the point that I want it so it is properly cutting the blade on the back and the tooth side, and hopefully getting this blade back in good condition to cut the boards that I'm working on today.
What I'm wanting to see by resharpening this blade, this is the blade that I touched the log stops with, and the result, or the 2x4s that I finished up with, were very wavy. I don't know if that was from knots in the log or just exactly what it was, but I want to sharpen this blade just to see if in sawing these other 2x4s out of the material that I can find around over the place, if it gives me a good finish to it. In other words, I really want to see if this blade sharpened will correct its own problem. This is a Mizer BMS 25 sharpener. It's not a fancy, expensive sharpener, but it does a really good job for my use here on the farm. And we're coming up on the point where I started this blade sharpening. I marked that by spraying it with some of this fluorescent paint, so we should be just about finished up here. Okay, that should get us back to where we were, and should have it sharpened all the way around. And I can see where the sharpener was making contact there, so we should be good. Go ahead and take the blade off and take it back out to the mill and install it and see how it works. Now, I'm not setting the blade. I just, basically what I do is to run the blade until, well, I sharpen it until I don't get some good results out of it, and I'm not really taking the time to set the blade. So we'll go ahead now and close everything back up and get ready for getting some of those odd and end pieces of 2x down here and getting it to where possibly we can mill those down into nominal 2x4s. I'm going to have to turn the heat down in the tractor. Even though it's pretty cool outside today here in northwest Alabama. What I've got on here is some 2x that I had milled out a full 2x, and some of them are more than 4 inches wide, a couple of them are. So I'm going to mill those down to a nominal 2x4, hopefully use them out here. And I also brought one of the ones back that I milled the other day that's wavy. The old pallet that's on there, I'm going to throw it on the fire. So let's see how we do with this. I like to give the mill a little bit of time to get warmed up before I put any load on it. Oh, that looks pretty good. Looks real good. I'm going to use this one here on this side, the shorter. And we'll stand these up and use them then. Use this little one as the support. And I think what I'm going to do is to go ahead and set this other one down also. Using the wavy stage to cut down. I didn't catch that on video, but they did a good job of leveling this board back up. The blade being dull the other day caused it to be wavy. So now I've got a usable 2x here. Okay, well there you have it, folks. I guess I'll wrap this video up today. Today's video was nothing but sharpening and milling. And what I did was I gathered up pieces of lumber that I had milled on the mill. Most of it was oversized, not necessarily to any dimension. Some of it was 1.5 inches already as far as the thickness. So in order to come up with enough 2x4s to finish out the south section of the now new tractor shed, I gathered up all those pieces and milled them down to a nominal 1 5/8 inches by 3 5/8 inches, which will, I think, give me enough to be able to finish this. I ended up with, let me count them here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 2x4s. And again, I think that will be plenty to finish that section up. I have not fully decided yet what I plan to do as far as the door on that side is concerned. Jenny asked me why I needed a door over there. That's a good question. I may end up just putting a standard 36x80 door over there just for access other than the sliding door or whatever door I put on the end. So I did have one suggestion for a roll-up or overhead door, and I am pursuing that idea. We'll see how that goes. Everything is a little bit expensive, a little bit more so than I wanted to put in it, so I'm thinking about whether or not to buy an overhead door or again to try to make something myself. Just don't know yet. But anyway, if you got any more comments, please leave them down below. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a good rest of the week. And I look forward to seeing you here the next time on St. Nick's Farms YouTube channel. So until then, folks, this is Larry. Have a great one. Bye-bye, everybody. Well, we've had rain for nearly 2 weeks solid, and we're scheduled to have more rain really for a bigger portion of this month, the month of December. And looking at the radar, we've got rain that looks like it should be here within the hour. So I'm going to go ahead and get these 2x4s moved over to the other side and get these unloaded and see if we can't do something else.